AI won't replace you if your fundamental is solid enough. Because when you actually understand what's happening under the hood, you don't just copy code, you debug it, optimize it, and break it on purpose. AI predicts, you understand, that's the difference. Right now, everyone is riding the AI wave. People are launching apps without even knowing variable, loops, or how memory even works. But here is the reality. When something breaks, AI starts doing its usual jobs. It starts hallucinating, and only the person with real fundamental can fix it. Slowly, companies are realizing tools don't replace engineers. So the real winner in 2026 won't be the copy pasters. It will be the people who actually know computer science from the ground. Where should you start? Is it from zero, or even which language actually matters? And what roadmap should a CSE student follow to stay ahead in an AI fast world? Previously in my first video, don't watch it, it's extremely trash. I said I wasted an entire year. I was completely cooked, stuck, or has no idea what to do next. Because I know how confusing everything feels when you are starting. Now the roadmap and the best parts completely free. All classes, practice resource, and links, everything attached. From C to machine learning. 17 months, that's a big deal for me, of course, because I'm studying with you. I'm not ahead of you. When AI can already build app, write code, and even fix bugs for you. And if it's true, how are you supposed to start when AI looks like it's taken over the whole game? Here is the truth. Yes, you should absolutely learn coding, but not the old way. Not by memorizing syntax, because coding in 2026 is about how you think, how you break problems, what actually happening behind the screen. AI can generate code, but it can't think for you. Two extreme statements. Some people say AI is going to replace everyone, others says AI is completely useless. The truth, both are kinda right. AI has already started to replacing some entry-level work, especially repetitive, low-skill front-end tasks. But it can't replace specialists, not now, and not anytime soon. And this is not just true for computer science, it's true for every industry. Okay, imagine you are stuck on a problem. You paste it into cloud. It gives you a solution. Great. You run it, but it breaks something else. You go back to AI, then it fixes it, but now the logic is wrong. You ask again, now it gives you a broken data that doesn't work. And this is how the cycle continues. You keep going back and forth, and suddenly you realize you don't even understand what's happening anymore. Because without fundamentals, you can judge if AI is right or wrong. You can't debug, you can't optimize, you can't build something real. So no, you are not going to be fully replaced by AI, but you will be replaced by someone who understands the core fundamentals. Uses AI as tools, not as a brain. In 2026, the advantage isn't just knowing how to code, it's knowing how to think and letting AI accelerate, not control you. This is exactly why this roadmap exists. To help you master the fundamentals, the things AI can't replace. It's up to you if you follow it or not. I'm learning it anyway. I built this roadmap based on the actual core topics that top university teach, but is structured properly from zero to solid fundamentals to advanced concept. So whether AI takes over or not, you still have one thing that survives every shift, that is fundamentals. Anyway, let's move on to the main topic. You can keep debating whether AI is going to replace you or not. That's not the point. The point is you need a plan. So, in the description, you'll find a roadmap. Just copy it, paste it into Obsidian, Notion, or whatever apps you use. Personally, I use Obsidian, and I highly recommend you to use it too, because you are going to build your own knowledge base, track your progress, and actually able to follow the way I designed. Don't overcomplicate it, just copy the roadmap, paste it, and start. First, let me break this down. There are 3 semesters, then a machine learning phase. Each semester has multiple phases. You complete one phase, then move to the next. No jumping, no skipping. Semester 1, Foundation, 12 weeks. Phase 1, C programming, 5 weeks. You learn programming from scratch. My opinion, if you rush this, everything becomes hard later. Phase 2, problem solving, 4 weeks. Start easy problem, hacker rank, and code forces. Focus on the logic, not speed. Then first semester, third phase, C++ for DSA. Learn STL, now you're ready to go. Then second semester, core DSA and algorithms. Most people quit here. Phase 4, data structure, array, linked list, trees, build everything from scratch. This is where your thinking level changes. Now phase 5, problem solving 2, apply DSA knowledge, medium problems. Then phase 6, algorithm, graphs, VFS, DFS, dynamic programming basic, build algorithm thinking. Phase 7. Again, problem solving 3, hard problems. Now you start thinking like an engineer. More contest, goal 3-star code chip plus code forces pupil. My opinion, you don't need to become a competitive programmer, but this build insane problem solving ability. And then machine learning track. Now you shift from algorithm to AI, linear algebra, month 1, linear algebra and probability, math for machine learning. Then month 2, Python and machine learning intro, switch from C++ to Python, switch from C++ to Python. Month 3, advanced Python. Then month 4, data libraries, NumPy, Pandas, visualization, all. And month 5, machine learning fundamentals, regression, classification. Month 6, advanced machine learning, trees, random forest. Then month 7, deep learning, CNN, RNN, PyTorch. Then month 8, NLP, LLMS, transform our final track. Build 10 plus project. Research paper path. If you want fast job, choose project track. If you want research career, choose thesis track. 17 month, one phase at a time, daily discipline. So let's fucking go.